My name's Cristo. I'm a TalkTV presenter, and I'm here on behalf of Britain to make a plea to Prince Harry. It's time to either embrace your baldness or do something about it. There comes a time in a man's life where if your hair is thinning slightly, like mine was, and still is a little bit, you need to make a decision. You need to decide whether you're going to shave it all off, be brutal, get rid of it all, or you're going to go and do something about it. Now, there are many options to do something about it. You might choose a hairpiece, you might choose plugs, but of course, increasingly, more and more of us, myself included, are going and having hair transplants. I beg of you, Harry, we can't as a nation look at any more pictures of you looking like Friar Tuck. It is time you either cut the hair as you cut the cord with your family, or go to Turkey, go to Greece, and get that transplant. I did. It was a tough decision. I didn't really want to face the fact that I was aging. I did not want to face the fact that I had to make that decision. And I didn't want to shave my head. I like my hair. I like having a bit of hair. So I went to Greece. I had the surgery. I had the transplant. They took it from the back and they put it on the front. And it was the best decision I ever made. It was either that or decide to shave my head. I didn't want to shave my head. And now that decision is yours. If you do it in a subtle way, your family and friends would barely notice, because if you have a number of small transplants like I did, so I went to Greece and I had a number of smaller transplants. A lot of people decide to have a massive transplant to start with. They leave the UK looking like Duncan Goodhue. They arrive back in the UK looking like Cher. That is obviously extremely noticeable, and a person in Harry's position probably wouldn't want to do that. What I did was I had a number of smaller transplants. So I've actually had 3 or 4. And what that means is that you give your hair a better chance of growing, because you have to have the blood hit the roots in order for the hair to take. So you've got a better chance of that happening. But it also means that it is a more subtle transition. So you get a little bit more hair, and then the next time you have one, you get a little bit more hair. So those are the 2 ways of doing it. I think his family and friends would embrace, as mine have, the fact that you're doing something about it. Now, he may be very happy looking like he is, but at the moment, he seems to be trying to hide it by having that big amount of hair on the front and nothing on the back. And of course, is anyone telling him what he looks like from behind? Is anyone telling him that there is this big gap? We saw the photo of him leaving London, and there is a big, big patch on the back of his head. Come on, Harry. You clearly can make difficult decisions, because, you know, it must have been quite a tough decision to completely shaft your family on a regular basis in order to take money. So this decision, in comparison to that, would be a breeze. Now, of course, Harry will probably get some stick from the general public, from the world's media. They'd probably call him Prince Harry. There's all sorts that he'd probably get. But can it really be any worse? Can the vanity of a hair transplant, or indeed shaving his head, because that is the other option if he's going to do something about his hair, could that be worse than, oh, I don't know, writing a tell-all book while your grandmother is on her deathbed, doing a tell-all interview to Oprah Winfrey while your grandfather is literally dying, trying to ruin your brother who is heir to the throne, trying to basically ruin his life and bring down the very institution which he will be heading one day. So you've had your reactions, Harry. You've had reactions from the world's press when you've decided to do those sorts of things. And let's not forget the time when you were brutally attacked by a dog bowl when your brother allegedly knocked you over. What a traumatic thing to have gone through, being attacked by a dog bowl, or, as he wrote in Spare, having to go through the trauma of the smallest room in Sandringham when he stayed there. So he's got through that. I think he can get through the analysis of a hair transplant. I think Meghan would embrace the fact that Harry's gone Hollywood. Aesthetics, the way in which you look, all of those sorts of things are so up Meghan's street. She loves all of that. She would love Harry going in for this kind of medical procedure. Now, whether she'd visit him, bearing in mind that her father is seriously ill, and well, she's never gone to visit him, has she? That's another matter. He might need to spend that hospital visit alone because clearly she has an aversion to hospitals. But once he comes out, and months later when that hair grows, because it does take quite a while for it to grow, oh my word, he will be absolutely embraced by Montecito, and it would give them both one less thing to moan about. Now, the difference with William is, of course, that he has embraced his baldness. He's got rid of it all. He's not got this sort of strange, frizzy comb-over arrangement. If he did, I would be saying exactly the same to him. Having that hair transplant was painful. They have to take from the back of your head and put it on the front. It takes a long time, that hair to come through. You have a big bandage on the back of your head. You've got to go to Turkey or Greece if you want to get it a bit cheaper. But of course, Harry has got a lot of money from all of the millions he was paid to not do very much, so he could probably go to an LA clinic. But doing it changed my life. Look at the handsome specimen you have before you. Look at this beautiful hair before you. How could Prince Harry not look at me and not want to look the same? Harry, it's decision time. Embrace the baldness or go for the transplant. The choice is yours.